Hi guys, so I want to talk to y'all about some things that have been going on. Actually they haven't been going on. For the things that have been going on for the past 2 years, what have y'all missed in my life? I'm gonna try to make this video as short as I can. So yeah, let's just get started. My first channel, Pepsi Horrible, I made when I was in middle school. And I just can't use, it's not that I can't use that channel, it's that I'm choosing not to use that channel anymore, because like I said, it is a part of my past now. It is something completely different. Things that y'all might not have known about me, because I don't remember if I ever told y'all or not, but I suffer from severe depression, severe anxiety, insomnia. I have ADHD, and my physical disabilities are, I have juvenile arthritis in my spine. My spine will only, what's the word? My spine only, I forget the word, but it only goes to 14 centimeters when it's supposed to go to 15 whenever I like lean forward, I guess. And so, and then some bones in my spine are squaring instead of forming like they're supposed to be. So they diagnosed me with arthritis last year, and it took the longest time for them to finally diagnose what it was. I've been in the emergency room a bunch of times for it, and there are days when I am in so much pain that I can't move, and if you try to even touch me, like barely touch me, I will scream bloody murder because of how bad it hurts. And yeah, so funny story about that. One day I had a full-blown arthritis attack at school, and they had to come because my body gave out. My body just completely gave out, and I couldn't move, I couldn't talk, I could barely breathe. It was just terrible, and it was very painful. So my school had to call the ambulance, and the police came trying to ask me questions that I couldn't answer, so my mom's are answering for them, and they didn't know she was my mom. They just thought she was like a teacher that was close to me, but no, she was my mom, because yeah, my mom works at the school. And anyway, so they take me to the hospital in the ambulance, and they take off my pants and my underwear to, I don't even know why, but my principal came to check on how I was doing, since it was a thing that happened in school. She has arthritis as well.
A lot of people are wondering what's the deal with
and this happened before we knew what it was. So we were like, oh my god, what's going on? We didn't know what was going on. So my principal came, and there was a blanket over me, but my principal came and the nurse came, and I'm there in a hospital bed without any pants or underwear, but a blanket is covering my bottom half, so they didn't see anything, but it was still extremely awkward. And then later on, 2 of my close guy friends came in, and the nurse came in, and she's like, hey, 2 of your friends are here to come see you. And I was like, well, who are they? She said, and they're guys. I was like, okay. And she's like, well, is it okay if they come in and see you? And I'm just like, can I put on my pants first? And she's like, yes. So I put on my pants, and they came in. And yeah, so I can say that I've been in a room without any underwear or pants on, in the same room as my principal and my school nurse. And that was really awkward. So there's a funny story for y'all. Let's see. I've been dating somebody for the past 2 years. We started dating my freshman year, and he's a senior. He's already graduated. And I'm sorry I'm talking fast, but I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. So gonna try and follow along, please. And if you don't want to watch the entire video, then you don't have to. I understand it can be boring. Let's see. But yeah, we started dating when I was a freshman. He's graduated. He was a senior whenever we started dating. I was a freshman. He's graduated. I've just said that same sentence like 3 times, and I'm sorry. We've been together for the past almost 2 years. On October 18th, it'll be our 2-year anniversary. And he's a really good guy. We've had our ups and downs, but we've gotten through them. And I can't say that we're going to be together forever because I don't know the future. But I have a feeling that we're going to be together for at least a couple more years. But we just got to see how it goes. So, about the middle of my sophomore year, which was last year, I started having a breakdown because I was just, I was having a really hard time struggling with my depression and my anxiety. It got to the point to where I tried to kill myself almost every day. I'd be at school popping pills all day long. I'd be at work popping pills, and just say what you want, but I wanted to die. And I felt that the only way to get rid of what I felt and what I was going through was to kill myself. And I couldn't talk to my parents about it because I am terrified of talking about my feelings to anyone. So I asked my boyfriend to talk to my dad about it because I wanted help. I wanted to get better. So I asked him to talk to my dad about it. My dad waited a little bit to talk to my mom about it. They talked about it, and they set me up to go to the Pavilion. And if you don't know what the Pavilion is, it is basically a mental hospital for people who suffer from anxiety, suicidal tendencies, self-harm, depression, and drug/alcohol abuse or substance abuse. And I stayed there for about 2 weeks, and it helped me.
Breast cancer.
That was random. Breast cancer. That's not very good. That's an ad. And so being at the Pavilion helped me. I'm now on antidepressants, anti-anxietants. I think that's the word. Anti-anxiety, I guess. And I have pills for my insomnia because I used to go like a month. I went a full month without sleeping, and that sucked. So I told them about that. They put me on pills for my insomnia, depression, and anxiety. And I met some really amazing people when I was in the Pavilion. I met this amazing little girl. Her name was I'm not gonna say her name actually. But she was an amazing little girl, and I hate that she was in there. I honestly do, because she was just, if you saw her, you would like, how is somebody as amazing and energetic as you in here? Like, the things that she went through just absolutely broke my heart. She was 12, and she was like my little sister while I was in there, and it was just crazy. I remember I hated having to leave because I was leaving her, and I made sure it got really cold there, so I gave her one of my sweaters, and I gave her a book because you're not allowed to have any electronics or anything. So I gave her a book to read. It's a Captain Underpants book, and it's just, I miss her, but she was the most, and I hope she's doing better, but she was just the most amazing little girl. And there was a bunch of amazing people in there, and I hate that they were going through what they were going through, and it really sucks. But I'm proud of them for getting the help, for having enough courage to go to a mental hospital, because having to go to a mental hospital is honestly so terrifying. You don't know anybody there. You're assigned to a room. You're wearing certain clothes. You're not allowed to have strings or zippers or hoods. And it's just, you're only allowed to take 3 pairs of clothes and 1 pair of pajamas, and you're on a set schedule. You go to, I forget what they're called, like groups. Like there's a chemical dependence group, a group talking about depression and stuff, and there's groups talking about everything. Then we did recreational therapy and just things like that. And honestly, I think it helped me a lot because I was having just such a bad breakdown and it really sucked. So I'm glad that I went. And then let me think. Yeah, so I'm on medication for that now. Sometimes I still have very bad days, but not as often as I used to, and that makes me glad. I am sleeping like a regular person, kind of. I'm very active in school, so I don't get home till about 10. And yeah, I feel like there's something I'm forgetting to say. Yeah, so then here recently I applied for disability because quite frankly I need the money for all of my medications. I'm not able to be on medication for my arthritis because it's just that the arthritis medication, anti-inflammatories and stuff do not work well with my body. They tear up my stomach. I had to have an endoscopy done, which did not end well because after I went in, I had a bad reaction to what they used to put me under, and I woke up in a full-blown panic attack, almost making myself faint again, which wasn't good. So that was a result of one of my arthritis medications, and the other medications I tried just did not work. They made me sick, and so I'm not able to be on any I'm not able to be on any pain medication for my arthritis, which really sucks. I don't know if I already said that, but yeah. And so I was applying for disability because my depression got to a point to where, let me rephrase that. I had a job last year. I was working at Subway and I worked there for a while. I got the job before I started having my breakdown. I started having my breakdown and it got to the point where I could not work anymore. And I had to quit because of my depression. And some of you are going to say, oh, depression is not a justified need to quit your job. But with the severity of the depression that I was going through at the time, I literally could not work. I could not make myself go to work. And you're going to say, well, that's your fault. And you know what? Maybe it was my fault. Maybe, I don't know. To me, it's just, you don't have to have, it's, to experience depression is something that you don't need to go through. I don't want you to go through it, but having gone through the experience of depression will maybe help you understand as why it's hard to keep a job with depression. It really is. So I applied for disability and I had to go see a psychologist for that. And he made me take a test. And so I sat in a dark room in front of a computer for like an hour taking a test. Because I told him about that I have a very short attention span and I'm always here and there and there and here and here and there and there and here and things like that. And so he wanted to test me for ADHD because he said he was curious about it, and he kind of scared me because he was scary. And so I've been officially diagnosed with ADHD. No, I'm not taking medication for my ADHD. So that's why if you see me acting kind of weird in some of my videos, it's just because I am usually really hyper, but I'm just sometimes I act more hyperactive in my videos because it is a way of coping with my anxiety, because I am terrified of doing these things alone. And yeah, a lot of people actually kind of already knew that I had ADHD, but it was a very big surprise to me whenever I figured out that I had ADHD. So I honestly had no idea. But yeah, so I was officially diagnosed with that this summer, actually. Yes, it was this summer. And so yeah, I just want I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry, but yeah. So this video, because I kind of don't think I said the whole entire point of this video, but I want y'all to get a better, I guess, look at me to see maybe why sometimes I don't post videos, or why I act the way I do in some of my videos. And I know that this doesn't seem like the emotional video. It's like, but I don't want it to be an emotional video, because I don't want to be the type of person that draws that kind of attention to herself. I just want y'all to have an understanding of who I am and why I act the way that I do, and why I stopped making videos. These past 2 years have been, a lot has been going on, and I kind of just stopped making videos because Abby, she moved, and yes, we're Abby and Gabby. And that's my real name, by the way, Gabby. No, my real name is not Pepsi. That was just some stupid middle thing that I made up. No, we do not talk in English accents. That was just, we were middle schoolers. We were trying to have fun. And, yeah. I stopped making videos because I just couldn't do it by myself, because I am terrified to make these videos by myself. But I just wanted y'all to have a better knowing of myself. This is who I am. I have a physical disability, and I have a number of mental disabilities, or not disabilities, a number of mental disorders. I have a physical ability, and I'm hyperactive sometimes. I'm really weird. I'm scared and terrified almost constantly. I worry about things that I shouldn't, and I care too much. I love animals. Every animal, if I could, every animal that I saw on the street, I would bring them home, and just to give them a home. It breaks my heart to see an animal, or even a person, without a home. This is me. Hi guys, my name is Gabby.